This week on the PRESSURECAST, YouTube takes on Twitch, XCOM 2 skips 2015, Mortal Kombat gets canceled with a K, and a celebrated talent returns to Ubisoft. Plus, impressions of One Piece Pirate Warriors 3, Until Dawn, Madden 16, Dishonored Definitive Edition, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and the Mega Man Legacy Collection. It's Monday, August 31st, 2015. Everything happening in the world of video games is here, now, on the PRESSURECAST. Deep it. Hey, Pressure Pals, welcome to the 93rd episode of the PRESSURECAST, VideoGamesAreDumb.com's weekly news panic that posts every single Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, TuneIn Radio, and America's longest-running independent newspaper at ShepherdExpress.com. My name is Colin Tanner. As always, I'm drinking 2 coffees. Across from me, the most beautiful man in video games, Optimism Vaccine's own Steve Cuff.
I was about to say my last name, but you beat me to it. How's it going, Colin?
It's going good, Steve. And over here we got the ever troublemaker, that's a sentence. Justin can't stay put Engelbert.
Uh-oh, looks like a mouse is in the house.
Honk, honk. You ever seen that movie Mouse Hunt?
Yeah, it's a great one.
I don't want to spoil it, but it ends with them inventing string cheese. It's been a very big day in video games and a very big week in video games, but it's a very big day in video games because we're in the studio and we're recording. And, you know, it's I think we're going to have to start off here with the segment that I like to call Thank You for the Email.
It's a great segment.
It's a great segment.
Yeah.
I don't know, this is like the most self-absorbed week ever. It's just about the show. We got 2 emails about the show. It's not about the video games.
Do people like the show?
People like the show. Actually, this one email very much likes the show. It is from Mel, longtime fan of the show, over on Twitter.
It says, "Dear Colin, what are you wearing?"
Actually,
I'm in a velour tracksuit.
This is a clean gun, yeah. Hey, Colin. Well, he just starts up. He mentions everybody, but he starts off with "Hey, Colin." So we're just going to
because you're the one reading it. That's acceptable. I'll allow it.
Is that okay?
It's an email addressed to you.
Hey, Colin. While this isn't a question per se, I'd like to say that I think the PRESSURECAST has been firing on all cylinders recently, and I think it's time that you pulled a Beyonce and put a ring on Steve and Justin as your permanent co-hosts. Together, you make the perfect team. You're the hopeful optimistic who continues to believe in the potential of video games no matter how many Cabela's, African adventures, and Yorubies you've suffered through. Steve is the grizzled veteran who's not afraid to take games to task for their renegade ways, but at the end of the day, still can't shake the respect he has for them. Justin is the wild card, the irreverent jokester who listens to your debates intently and then leans into the microphone, tips his shades, and makes a quip that blows the roof off the place. The show is always fun, but the episodes with all 3 of you stand out. Cheers, Mel.
That was really nice.
Thank you,
That
Mel.
was nice. The Beyonce reference, though, didn't she leave Destiny's Child? I was afraid he was talking about breaking up the band.
Yeah, that's seriously, that's what I'm thinking.
No, I mean, you know, it is a good relationship kind of analogy there because we've met Colin's dad.
Yeah, you have.
You know, we've been with him for a long time, and you know,
I feel like we get along well.
We do.
Mm-hmm. It's like we sleep with him every Sunday, and then he just kicks us out
For a whole week.
But
he comes crawling back every Sunday.
Crawling back. Get
Meow,
those
meow,
text
meow.
messages late night on Fridays, so we're still on for Sunday.
Little bit more milk, please. Meow, meow.
I get him on Saturday night.
Yeah, I do it just on Saturday. I give you the Friday one. Because I know Steve is, Steve's got a busy schedule over at Optimism Vaccine. Why do we not have permanent co-hosts? I feel like this is just too self-absorbing to actually build into it. But I don't know. I like being independent.
Yeah,
I mean it sounds like bullshit.
It's Colin's show, and we're happy to be here, and
like,
we cover a lot of the same stuff because we both work for like Shepherd in some capacity, and so you know it's cool.
Can I put my 2 cents in here, guys?
Sure, go for it.
Well, I like to make it feel like a open relationship. So if I want to go do a different show,
Yeah.
I'll go do a different episode of another show.
Well,
otherwise, I'd be like, oh, I'm cheating on Colin again.
Well, I'm involved in like other stuff with you guys that hasn't really been released yet. But, you know, the PRESSURECAST is one thing, but like all the other stuff, you know. I don't want to make it sound like I'm not, like, I don't know. Yes, Justin and Steve make the show
Just wait for
hell
our
of a lot
next
better.
collaboration, videogamesorporn.com.
That'll be the best. I don't know. I like having you guys on the show. I'm so happy that people enjoy it. But let's move on to the next email. But yes, no, eternally grateful. Like, yes, the show is significantly better with you guys on it. Blake. Yes, Blake. Hello, Blake. Hello, chaps at gamesundervideo.dumb. Since I now know that you will read anything I write in, including everything from my bloated Sonic diatribe a year ago to my bullshit tweet from last week, hashtag included, I've decided to completely filibuster your entire podcast and use you as a pawn to promote my own personal agenda. So, PRESSURECAST listeners, welcome to the Requiem Cast. Working title. I'll start by having Colin read the Declaration of Independence in its entirety. Here we go. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people... Just kidding, guys. Have a great week. No hard feelings if you don't want to read this. I'm just sort of using it as a personal experiment at this point. Best moment last week? Colin says I hate books. Steve says that's why you burn them. Cheers, dinks. The Requiem, Blake. Well, since you asked, Blake, guys, what's your favorite stealth video game with Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain coming out?
Siphon Filter.
But Siphon Filter's not a stealth game, though. It does have stealth sequences.
No, I was kidding. That game sucks.
What? That doesn't suck?
You can literally taser someone until they light on fire, which
Bingo.
automatically makes it a good game.
Boom.
Also, Gabe Logan, which I believe is the name of the lead character, is that right?
Yeah.
He runs like his knees are broken and his legs are made of jello.
Like
and
in
that makes me
Blue
laugh.
Dragon.
Blue Dragon, yeah.
The bad leg animation.
Do you guys not really have a favorite stealth game?
No, I do. It's probably Abe's Odyssey.
That is kind of a stealth game. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to figure out how to jump over people and whatnot. Not Exodus? All right.
Oh, Clock Tower.
Oh, shit. That is like a horror stealth game. Oh, I didn't even consider horror stealth.
Yeah,
wow.
that's a good one.
What about you, Steve?
Thief 2?
Ooh, Thief
Jeez.
2.
That's a dig.
The Wayback Machine.
That's right. Still the best, baby.
Okay, great. You didn't like Thief 3?
No. First of all, if you're making a video game and you replace a vowel with a number, you're an asshole. Just remember that forever.
What about Tenchu 2?
Yeah, that's another good stealth game. I gotta go with Tenchu 2 there. I don't know. For me, it's probably Metal Gear Solid 3, but that's kind of predictable.
That's a good choice.
I like that one a lot. Yeah. So thank you, Blake. I've just hijacked your question.
Also, recently, Stealth Inc. really fun. The Swindle really fun. Like, there's been a lot of cool stealth games coming out recently. So, good job, indie developers.
I'm just pushing this over here. Fantastic, guys. Well, I don't know. You want to, you want to just commit Armageddon here and have the earth-shattering stars of the wreck?
Let's do it. You got like your Cookie Monster voice going there.
Yeah, I'm going Cookie Monster on your ass. I'm trying to. It's weird. We're doing like a little something different with the recording here, so everything just sounds really weird to me. And like you guys get all quiet. I don't know.
I think it sounds better.
Okay, good. Well, that's good. We have it solved there. Here's our very first earth-shattering story of the week. Twitch is obviously a very popular streaming video service exclusively for video games. They've tried to expand into other avenues, but not with much success.
No.
Twitch has finally, had some sort of competition with YouTube Gaming, which launched earlier this week. Well, the SVP of Twitch had a few choice statements alluding to the competition. The opportunity in gaming video is enormous, and others have clearly taken notice. We are focused on building upon the foundation we've laid with the Twitch community and incorporating the next generation features the community has asked for. We have a very ambitious team and a long-term production roadmap, some of which will be revealed in the coming weeks and months. Now, it's not very unusual for anybody to say, hey, we're really, really cool, but on the exact same week that a competitor launches without name dropping, that's kind of sketchy. Also worth noting, this is where it gets kind of crazy. There are 11,000 streamers that are partners with Twitch. Mm-hmm. In that contract, it states that they are not allowed to use any other streaming services, meaning they will not be able to stream through YouTube. They could capture the video previously and put it up on YouTube. That's certainly allowed, but they cannot stream over YouTube. While I understand that this is still an ongoing thing, this is very early for YouTube. Are we about to experience one hell of a war?
I'm actually really excited because Twitch is one of those things where I never really got in on the ground floor. So I feel like if you're not an established Twitch person, it's almost impossible. Like you're streaming for no one. Whereas with YouTube, I mean, you can stream something. You could be a complete nobody, and you can stream something tomorrow, and you'll have people watching you and like interacting with you, and that's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta start streaming. I mean, you should have been on the ground floor. Of course, that was started with Justin TV, with Justin started.
Yeah, I
Justin
started
Edward.
it, sold it for a penny. That was a bad idea.
Why'd you sell for a penny?
I thought that they were going to make great things happen with it. It was a philanthropical effort. Philanthropical. There we go.
Well, you know what? I think I'm just going to avoid YouTube streaming and Twitch streaming altogether. I'm going next level. I'm going to duct tape my cell phone to my head, and I'm going to periscope all of Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain
But when's
when it comes
Steve
out.
TV come out?
Steve
That's going to
TV.
be
Yeah.
Steve TV.
Add me on
isn't it?
Periscope. It's going to happen. You'll see me in my underwear playing the Phantom Pain.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be actually a good time. I mean, here's what I'm trying to kind of get to right now. I've been doing a lot of thinking about this, and I guess there isn't a whole lot of like big time stories, but I really did think this was significant. It is sort of inside baseball. But the more I look at it, the more that I see like a huge potential for this YouTube streaming service, as well as the YouTube gaming community. Because as much as Twitch has with leverage within, I don't know, video games, they're really just a master of one, not a jack of all trades. They have one area that they excel at. And when you look at Google, they're like, I don't know, Google Docs? Sure. Let's do it. I don't know. You want to do like Google Hangouts? Oh, we'll do our own version of Skype. Okay, we'll have our own email service. What else can we do here?
Google Maps, Google Flights.
Yeah, we'll do calendars. They do absolutely everything. And they have the best data on the internet because their search engine reveals everything. They know better than anyone how to handle this. When it comes to video services, come on. YouTube is the only game in town. I mean, yeah, you can talk about your Daily Motions. You could. Actually, I like Daily Motions. That's
That's
why I
where you
watch
go for things that get taken off of YouTube.
That's what I do. It's like, oh, cool, this random wrestling match. And so YouTube really has that advantage of being able to take control of this market within maybe even just a few years, because Twitch has remained pretty damn stagnant. And now that we have YouTube streaming coming to the PlayStation 4, this is huge. Except for there's that whole idea of exclusivity on Twitch, where it says, you know, we got 11,000 people that can't sign on. You've got people over on YouTube that aren't part of that contract. Maybe they can start building up homegrown talent, you know? I mean, it's a possibility. And when it comes down to views, come on, PewDiePie, where's he? Enough said. PewDiePie's on the YouTube.
Well, and it'll be interesting, too, like people who do have success on YouTube but are also moderately successful on Twitch, and those things sort of like kind of overlap. Like Northern Lion's a guy that comes to mind. He does a lot of Rocket League streams and Binding of Isaac and a bunch of other stuff. And he's very popular on YouTube and moderately popular on Twitch, so maybe he'll just like move completely over. So there's potential here for YouTube to poach some guys that aren't necessarily completely married to the whole Twitch idea.
And if you stream on YouTube and then you stream on Twitch without that contract, there's no issue for you. YouTube does not have that same clause.
Yeah.
So it does kind of put Twitch in that awkward position of kind of seeming like they're just locking people in, and they should be worried. When you really think about it, and we're kind of ignoring another factor here, is that Twitch is owned by Amazon.
I was just going to ask, yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a second. Didn't somebody big just buy Twitch?
Well, it was we thought Google was going to buy them about a year ago. There were reports out of the Wall Street Journal that confirmed that over and over and over again, and then it didn't go through. But there's no way that there weren't really major talks. You know, no one reports that many times. A reputable newspaper doesn't report that many times. I think this is really YouTube saying, we can't have you, we'll destroy you. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
My money's on YouTube.
I'm gonna, you know, and who knows where we're gonna be in the next few years. Maybe this will be a big flop and nothing will happen. But really, even beyond YouTube, even beyond Twitch, although YouTube has the most resources, is there enough space online for more than just Twitch and YouTube for streaming services for video games? Obviously, we have our VOG and TVs, but those aren't very popular. I don't know. What say you?
I think there is. I mean, Google has been competitive in other areas as well. Like Google Hangouts, like the clarity isn't as good as Skype, but it's still popular because it integrates well with other Google features. Also, the one thing that I think Google streaming has going for it is it's so like user friendly and simple compared to Twitch, which is a nightmare. So yeah, like if you don't do any streaming and you're like, oh, I think I'll try streaming on Twitch, unless you're doing it through like your PS4 or something like that, it's a pain in the ass. So,
and don't get me wrong, I think the major events will continue to be on Twitch. Things like the Dota World Championship and you know, Evo, that's not going anywhere, especially because they are partners with those services. But I could imagine if not too far from now where, I don't know, maybe Rocket League Championships is on YouTube streaming, but they're gonna have to actually shell out some cash because, you know, I don't know. I mean, because if they are able to defeat Twitch, the idea would be that they would make all the money that Twitch is making right now, which I don't actually know anything about the revenue of Twitch. And Amazon doesn't really talk about that much.
Mm-mm.
So, and Amazon's publicly traded. So go figure.
I think with Google, man, they're pretty hit or miss on a lot of these things. They have a lot of good ideas, but then some. Google Hangouts, I don't think that really caught on that well, right? We've tried, but
Google has had a lot of failures.
Google Plus is a great example.
You guys gotta check out my Google Photos. It's amazing. It's such great.
Did you
Google
put a new
photos.
gallery up? I haven't seen a new gallery from you recently.
Oh yeah, let me put that gallery up on there. This one's great. How about my Google timeline? Oh look, it's where I was. Like, was it Google way back? Where it's like, oh look where you were 3 years ago through Google Photos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot like Facebook.
I get really sad though when I think about all the things that Google started and didn't finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they were like, we're going to make the greatest free library in the entire world.
Google Books.
Yeah, and then they just stopped, and that was sad.
I read so many Spanish authors do that, and then they just started taking the books down.
Is this the literature segment of our podcast this week?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why I look up the cheat codes. Yeah.
They got some Prima guys on there.
Yeah. Prima's still around. That blows my mind. All right, and we'll probably have to talk about that in the future. Just worth noting that launcher this week, and I've used it, and I really like it, and it doesn't look janky and terrible, and I'm able to upload at almost my upload speed, which is insane, as opposed to having to have my upload speed to compensate for the awful Twitch bandwidth.
And Colin's not just shilling for Google, man. Like he texted me. He was like, Steve, this isn't shitty. This is good.
I know. I did. I was freaking out because I was like, this is, and it wasn't that good a few months ago. It was decent, but it wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over to the next exciting story of the week.
You're really going Cookie Monster on that ass.
Yeah, we're going all Cookie Monster on that ass. Mortal Kombat X came out on the PlayStation 4, came out on the Xbox One, and even. Well, there's a version you can purchase on the PC. I don't know if I want to say it came out on the PC, but there was supposed to be a PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 version. They had announced that it was going to be releasing at some point, and then it got pushed back to 2016, it looked like. And now Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment has announced its complete cancellation. Here's what they said. After months of development, Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment has come to the regrettable conclusion that we cannot release Mortal Kombat X for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Wii U. I'm kidding. I didn't say anything about Wii U. Please know our teams worked diligently to meet the quality standards set by the current-gen version of the game. We were not able to get the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 versions to the quality expected of a Mortal Kombat game, and we are very sorry for not being able to deliver the products as originally planned. Now, here's the thing. I actually looked it up before we started the show. 80 million PlayStation 3 sold. 84 million Xbox 360 sold. So that's 164 million systems out there. Is this really just an issue of development? Or is it that maybe people aren't as invested in their older consoles as they once were? Because before these new consoles launched, the smart money was keep doing this cross-gen release because you're going to make the money off the last gen while investing people into the new generation with the updated versions.
Yeah, I think it's more of the latter, and we're starting to see kind of the tail end of the PS3, Xbox 360 console life. And this happens with every system, whether it's PlayStation to PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. So I think in the next year or two, we're going to be down to sports titles and Barbie Horse Adventure, and then nothing.
Well, but how long did that PS2 hold on for there when the next system was out?
They stopped manufacturing PlayStation 2s, or they had the final game released in 2013. It was a soccer game.
Mm-hmm.
So for a very, 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 very long time. I mean, it's surprising to me because it does feel like it's dying off faster.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas even last generation, obviously things like Godfather, Mob Hand, Bullshit Edition was out on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And even, like there were a lot of games that were actually on the original Xbox and PS2 that shouldn't have been. But it makes you wonder. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this could just be due to hardware, and they're saying it's not worth our time. Like, we tried, it doesn't look good, it's not a good representation of the product that we already have out there. But it really makes you wonder, is it over for last generation? And, if so, isn't that one of the fastest that's ever been? It's only been 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy fast.
It's got to be something with Warner Brothers, right?
Well, I mean, Warner Brothers likes to make money, so if there was money to be made here, they're known for being very greedy and kind of slimy. So I'm sure they did some sort of like cost-benefit analysis, and if they were like, you know what, the development cost to get a game like this to run on last-gen hardware, it isn't worth it to us.
I can't imagine it's true, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I look at that game, and I go, oh, you get rid of this particle. And I'm not a game designer, but I should be with all the knowledge I have. But take out that particle effect. Oh, maybe don't include this stage or that stage, because growing up, we all played the Game Gear and Game Boy version of some of our favorite games, or the Super Nintendo version of an arcade classic, and you would see how they would scale down these projects.
Yeah,
so it's definitely doable, right?
Yeah, I don't think it would be a great version of the game. And the other thing is too is because the other version has been out for how long now? Months?
5 months.
5 months. Okay. So at this point, if you're going to release a last-gen version, you'd have to sell it as a budget title, right?
Yeah.
And it would be stripped down. It wouldn't have any DLC. It wouldn't have some of the bells and whistles, obviously. So, is it worth it to continue to develop this last-gen version and then sell it at possibly a loss?
Maybe it has to do with the cover athlete. Was it Cabal this time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he might have got into some bad stuff there and they kicked him out?
I think it's I say give it a year, and then it'll be the absolute best time for you to start buying Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 games for collectors.
Also, Ed Boon, if you're out there and you're listening, if you could make a Mortal Kombat spin-off game where you play as the drunk old guy that throws up everywhere from Mortal Kombat like Armageddon, that'd be cool.
No, we don't talk about that guy.
That guy's the best.
Throw Yoshimitsu in there too while you're
everybody vomited if you kicked him in the stomach.
Oh.
But
like Street Fighter.
But he fought with vomit.
Yeah.
He was a vomiting machine.
Which is something I value in my fighting games.
Fantastic. The next, I'm telling you, it's a slower week here this week. These are not the earth-shattering stories we're used to, but nevertheless, they have destroyed the earth.
They've destroyed the earth.
Here is the last earth-shattering stories. Oh no, here it comes. That's how I'm going to start. You know what? That's how I'm going to start leading this segment. Oh no, here it comes. Kabloom. It's the 7 stars.
2012. All over again.
Yeah. That movie was really bad. Black Ops 3. The beta has closed. It's now on the Xbox One. Holy Jesus. If you go on Twitter, it's just people begging for codes to get on there.
Yikes.
According to Treyarch, they said that they have received critical feedback and technical data, but it's also been a record-breaking beta with millions of people playing. This also has a lot to do with them just opening up the beta for everybody. Here's what they said. Played by millions of PlayStation fans around the world, the response to the beta was massive and shows the strength when bringing together the best-selling console franchise with the best-selling game console. There's a slight dig for you. Signaling an impressive start of a new era for PlayStation. There's another dig. And this famed franchise. There was no better way to welcome Call of Duty to its new home on PlayStation 4. So, yeah, we could talk all about, like, whoa, Call of Duty, huh? But no, that's not really what I wanted to bring up here. Betas. There was a time and a place where betas meant something very different. When you actually played a game, then you played the real game. In fact, you could even say the demos that you played on your PlayStation 1 demo disc were betas.
Mm-hmm.
Different Intelligence Cube.
No, not even remotely. That game was out in Japan. They just gave you an English version of the demo. But there were definitely games like Spyro. I remember having different graphics and different characters, different models for some of the monsters.
Sure.
Betas used to mean a game is in development, and here it is. I feel like betas have turned into this era where it's just like, well, we're polishing up the game, but here's a slice that seems mostly done. Have we lost the era of the real beta? Is it over?
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that. Like, just like you mentioned, we're kind of past the point where developers are willing to just kind of like toss out something that's partially complete to an audience, and now it's more of like a PR move. So now it's more about like, oh, hey, we're going to get you excited for this game that's launching soon, so to kind of like, it's like an appetizer.
Yeah. Do you remember when last summer, or was it 2 summers ago? It was last summer with the Destiny Alpha.
Oh, yeah.
Alpha.
Which it wasn't.
Just playing around with words there, huh?
Not even remotely close.
No.
It's just incredibly strange to me. I mean, you have to wonder, the people inside that studio, Treyarch, right now, do you think they're calling what they're working on the beta?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, yeah, that's
especially
beta.
because the game comes out in a few months. Like, it's going to go gold in like another month and a half. So
if not sooner, because it's a very big property.
Yeah. So I think like the new beta, to like an analog to the late 90s version of what a beta was, or even before that, is probably Steam Early Access at this point.
That's absolutely correct. That's alpha betas in the realest sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember back in the day, like having like, first person shooters like Quake's beta and stuff like, or Quake 3's beta, just massive changes. But betas now have become very important to hyping up a game's release, because using the word demo for whatever reason is now, they don't like that. They don't want the word demo. They want this as like, oh, it's the full game. It's just in development. I mean, for the future, are betas necessary for multiplayer shooters on consoles? Think about this for a second. We're talking about betas for multiplayer shooters on consoles. This is where we're at right now in history. 10 years ago, people would be like, get the fuck out. Yeah, right.
I think there's like an expectation of balance and like really, really sound servers. So I think that, yeah, for big multiplayer releases, it makes perfect sense. And it also makes sense for games that rely entirely on balance in order for them to function. So like Nuclear Throne has been in Steam Early Access forever, for like over a year maybe.
Because they're actually fucking working on it.
Yeah, because they're actually fucking working on it. And every single week they're, balancing, tweaking, doing little things. And, so certain games sort of necessitate that constant feedback.
What's that other game that's ripping off Nuclear Throne?
Oh, it's
the one that actually copied and pasted a update log and put it as their own update log?
Yeah, that guy's my personal idiot of the week. Yeah, it's called like, I don't know, it stars like a horse or something with a gun.
It looks fun, but
yeah, it's like an isometric horse shooter.
Mr. Ed.
Yeah, but I mean, basically, they literally copy and pasted half of the sentences from Nuclear Throne's description and just put it in there. And the guy was just like, oops, I didn't know.
Well, back to betas for a moment here. Halo 5 had a beta back in January, which I honestly believe was a beta because it did not look like a complete game. It looked like they were taking a lot of data to try and improve the title. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we're in this weird era now where we have betas and we have, in quotes, betas. And it's starting to get really confusing, especially when it comes to, trying to figure out, if you're a consumer, should I buy this game? Because if one team is like, we want to release a beta to engage our audience, and they play and they go, oh, this doesn't play right, because they have no context of it. Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, is the popular version of beta, it can no longer reflect what it actually means. Do we need to abandon that old terminology because it won't sell your game anymore? It will confuse people. They'll be like, why is this broken?
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that. And again, I think that's why more developers lean more towards the early access thing, because that screams like this is not complete at all. Like you're just getting a peek inside of it. Whereas something like Call of Duty, when you're that popular, people are looking for an excuse to shit on Call of Duty.
Right.
So if you release a broken Call of Duty game as a beta, like I do it myself. When I played Battlefield Hardline, I was like, this is a pile of dog shit.
That's true, but that sounded amazing. I wish that we would have had flaming falling cars in the actual title. That game was beautiful. That game's really good, by the way. You might want to check it out.
I should probably play it.
It's really fun.
Give it a chance.
I'm just saying, shotgun, bing bong. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, and I don't even know. Like they just said it was like a multiplayer beta too, and that's another like combination of words where that says to me, okay, the game is done. We just need to stress test our servers.
Bingo.
And that's why when I played that, I was just like, what the fuck is this?
It's getting so confusing at this point. Mm-hmm. Justin, beta, yes or no?
I'm going to say my thing with beta is call it whatever you want to, right? It's just trying to get feedback.
Okay.
These days, right, they just keep pushing release dates back on a lot of these games. They just want to give you something to hold you over.
Okay. Works for me.
I don't know. I don't play a lot of betas.
Well, we have to move on. So that'll have to be it for the Earth Stars.
Bitch.
Do you hear that in the background? Oh my
goodness! It's the Soul Train.
It's the Hype Train. Toot toot. That's right. Fueled by video game hype vibrations, we barrel towards the station of video game satisfaction on the Hype Train.
We should get a Coors Light sponsorship.
I was just going to say that.
Do they say something like that?
Yeah, they got the Silver Bullet Train.
Yeah, the Silver Bullet Train.
Right. Yeah. So we can see how many Coors Lights me and Justin can slam while you do the Hype Train.
They got a guy in a wheelchair fighting a werewolf. That's ridiculous. Do you guys remember that movie? Otherwise, that reference might not make any sense.
Silver Bullet.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, the Hype Train. The first story we have here, we have Lawbreakers from Cliff Bleszinski. Of course, Cliff Bleszinski was over at Epic Games, and I think he made some money. Off that Unreal Engine. I'm not positive about
Jackrabbit.
And Jazz Jackrabbit.
Made a killing on that one.
Well, he announced his brand new free-to-play first-person shooter called Lawbreakers. It's about warring factions battling it out in a unique universe.
What an original concept.
They
Tell me
break
more.
the law of gravity.
That's what I thought, too, when I was watching. I was like, oh, they're breaking the law.
That's one law you can't break.
Yeah, you can't break that law. It is actually pretty cool looking. It seems to be more about style than about kill streaks. The way that they were talking about the title is that you when you're playing Call of Duty, you kill 3 people, and then they're like, oh, here's a UAV. Kill 5 people, here's some missiles that'll fall down, maybe kill more people. This time around, it's actually all about the skills you're pulling off. So kind of like, it sounds like Bulletstorm in a way.
I was just about to say, yeah.
So the more points that you accumulate for style, the more kill streaks you get. And just from some of the things they showed off, they had this woman who was using this glowing lasso to swing from the outside back into the stage. They had another guy who was big and bulky, who was falling down and shattering the floor. So it looks kind of like, more like Unreal Tournament, but class-based. It looked really interesting. It looked gorgeous, if I might say so. Kind of like BioShock Infinite in a weird way. Hard to explain. Cloud City was pretty cool.
Interesting.
You watched the trailer, Justin. What did you think?
Oh, I thought it looked like a lot of fun. It's kind of got like that 3D Beautiful Joe sort of thing going on.
Really? Why Beautiful Joe? Is it because it's like kind of
it's
garish?
Like what you're saying, yeah, with the garish, the kind of style, a lot of different powers and stuff where I don't really understand what I'm doing, but the buttons I'm pressing are making all this cool stuff happen.
it did kind of look like that because the guns we're letting off a lot of particle effects. It looks like it's going to need some real good hardware, but it is free to play, which is kind of inviting. I really hope this comes to consoles because I would love to play some of this. And what am I talking about? I have a PC. I don't know why I never acknowledge my PC anymore. I feel like
guys, I don't play a lot of FPSs, but I will give this one a shot and give you guys some impressions.
Fantastic.
It's a promise.
Up over to the next story, we have Square Enix. That's right, the beloved studio publisher Square Enix. They have Just Cause 3 coming out, and they have announced that people that top the Chaos Points leaderboards in the first 90 days have a chance to win an island.
It's not an expensive island, is it?
No, the island is only worth $50,000. Although you can exchange it for the $50,000.
I think I'll take the $50,000.
You know what? I want the island.
Let's assume this is in the Caribbean and not in Antarctica or something. How much could you possibly have? Like, it can't even be a mile long. It's got to be like 100 yards of island.
Right.
And it's just gonna be sand and trees and like some birds taking shits. Like that. Why wouldn't you take $50,000?
Because maybe just
you're gonna build a yurt or something and.
Well, it depends. For me, it depends if international laws apply there.
Mm-hmm.
Big question for me here. Is it a man-made island?
No.
Square put this thing together?
Now, Square has said that the location of the island will be determined by sponsor, so who knows. All taxes and fees associated with purchasing and obtaining of island, including but not limited to attorney's fees, escrow, and closing costs, are responsibility of the winner.
So no one's going to take the goddamn island because I mean, I've never bought an island, but I can only imagine that if you buy a $50,000 hunk of land in the middle of the Caribbean, there's a lot of fees probably associated.
No one's going to take the island.
This
is
is
the
like
dumbest thing we've had to say all year.
It's like that Simpsons with the elephant.
Yeah.
I'll take the elephant.
Oh, they're playing the elephant song. Always reminds you of elephants. Oh, my God.
Wait, but what's the promotion, huh?
No, here's the best part.
Okay.
Sponsor does not guarantee the island to be inhabitable, developed, or reachable by any means other than boat.
This is like when I sponsored a whale back in the day.
What does that mean?
It means that there could be just like just one tiger that's just like pacing back and
forth. A bunch of rocks and like ravenous seals? Like what?
You got like the Ivan Drago of lions just walking back and forth, just be like, you ain't getting on this fucking island.
Give me about a month, I think, to get a lot of canned goods, and I will be heading out to my island.
I would take the island. Just to be like, hey, baby, let's go back to my island.
We call it the PRESSURECAST island.
She'd probably be like, see you later.
Just to forfeit it to, like, I don't know, some international community because you can't pay any taxes on it?
Yeah. Well, as long as they could, like, if there's no international laws, I could just shoot the crap out of some wildlife. That'd be kind of cool.
You can't own land, guys.
Oh, you're right. Toot toot. Moving on to the next story. XCOM 2 has been delayed until February 2016. This was essentially the maybe highest profile PC exclusive of the year that I could think of, because it is not coming to consoles. They have reiterated that. I don't really buy that. I think it will come to consoles sooner or later from maybe a different team. But here's what they had to say. We've set a high bar for the sequel, and the entire team has been working hard to make sure we deliver a great follow-up to Enemy Unknown. We just need a little more time to make it the best game possible. Good luck, Commander. Aw, it's like a little in-universe thing going on there. I'm a little disappointed, but honestly, this fall is so damn bloated. I can't blame them. Even if it wasn't for polish, should just be like, maybe not.
No, yeah, I'm totally fine with this. We took forever to get a sequel to the original, so, you know, I can wait a couple more years if I need to for this one. Plus, I think when Enemy Unknown came out, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that game. Love it. But it had some issues with polish, especially like on the battlefield, like guys would like kind of glitch through walls, and sometimes things just like wouldn't work the way they were supposed to. So,
oh my God,
I'm piggybacking off of what Steve's saying. I hope it's a little bit more like the original Windows game.
You guys should check out my YouTube page because I have a game based off the TV show Falling Skies.
YouTube.com/PewDiePie?
Yes, YouTube.com/video games are dumb. And check out Falling Skies, the video game, which mercilessly ripped off everything from XCOM and did none of it right.
That show is still
Actually,
going.
I remember that first hour because you were like dumbfounded by the audacity of them.
Yeah, because they added nothing.
The audacity of hope.
Yeah, that's true.
It's falling. The skies are falling. They're going to be doing...
Get your own French fries, man. All right.
Okay.
Toot toot! Turok the Dinosaur Hunter and Turok 2 are coming to the PC finally. That's right. Night Dive Studios is going to be doing it. We have a quote from Stefan Kick. That's his real name. When Turok Dinosaur Hunter was first released, it was nothing short of revolutionary. False, false, false. To that point, no game has ever offered the combination of graphics and an open world environment that Turok featured. So guys, remember Crysis.
Also, Turok wasn't really an open world environment. It was just big and long, and
it was bad level design is what the first Turok was.
Guys, I like fighting dinosaurs. I don't know about you.
Also, hot take here. As someone who tried to play through Turok 2 and got frustrated like about a year ago, the weapons are super cool. Like the cerebral boar is
it's
the
so
coolest
cool
weapon ever. The level designs are it's just dog shit. Everything is a labyrinth, and on top of that, the game like chugs, so you get
chug.
And I'm sure you can fix the ladder, but it's not like they're not gonna redesign the levels of Turok 2. I mean, I'm sure quick saving would help, but
how about Game Genie, guys?
Okay, here's the funniest thing about all this. They're actually gonna make Turok 1 and Turok 2, right? Mm-hmm. Not Turok 3. The only good one. The only good Turok game that has ever existed.
I never played the third one, except I just know like it's supposed to take place in like the present day or something, and it's got some weird story where
safari guy with a cybernetic eye.
Yeah, that's Turok. That's Turok.
Oh, you're talking about Tobias Bruckner from the he's the bad guy. He's like Colonel Sanders that rides a dinosaur.
That's who I meant.
Isn't Turok 3 one of the rarest games ever on Nintendo 64? It's the first print of that. No, it's
you're thinking of Rage Wars. Rage Wars, yeah.
All right, cool.
So there's two versions of Rage Wars. There's like the black cart version and the gray cart version, and I want to say the gray cart version of Rage Wars is like super rare.
Yeah, because they had a glitch in it or something. People had to mail it back. No. Maybe it's the second print because they had to mail it in. They got mailed back to them.
So yeah, like Rage Wars is worth like $1, but if you find like the alternate version of it, it's worth like $100 or something. So
either way,
check your flea markets, kids.
Doesn't matter what people pay; it'll always be worthless to me.
Yeah, Rage Wars isn't very good. Like you should just be playing Unreal Tournament or Quake 3 at that point.
Dear God, yeah.
I will say though, there's one thing that I am excited about. If they're gonna do like a little bit of an HD makeover for the Turok games, Turok 2 had this mode called like Monkey Tag or something.
Oh yeah,
and that's a lot of fun. Like one of the characters is a monkey, and they don't have any weapons. They just have to run around, and you're just like shooting the shit out of monkey.
Fantastic. Toot toot. Divinity Original Sin 2 has been kickstarted in less than 12 hours. It took them 12 days to reach the originals, which is kind of amazing if you think about it. They had a $500,000 target. They've well surpassed $900,000. Looks like they're going to actually outdo the original's entire Kickstarter within the first week, which is kind of impressive. You raised some skepticism, Steven.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they need Kickstarter. Because their game has been perennially in the top 10 on Steam since its release. Like, it's always been, if not top 10, then top 25. Also, as someone who has had it on his Steam wish list for a very long time, like since the game's release.
Steve? What are you saying?
They don't have big
Get to
sales
the point,
on it.
Steve.
It's always like $30, so it's not like they've done these like deep discounts on it and people have just been buying it for $2.
Why you got it on your wish list? Because you plan on buying it? Is that what?
One day, yeah. Steam wish list.
You know that's actually coming out on consoles later this fall.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Is it going to be a physical release or just digital?
Physical. It's going to have a co-op mode, and I believe it is $49.99 though. So.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's the average price point.
But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just jaded by the mighty number 9 era of Kickstarter, but
why would that be?
I'm just a little confused as to why these guys need Kickstarter. Like, is Kickstarter the best like venture or best channel, I guess, for them to go down? It seems like they could work with a publisher. Like, if they approached Bethesda and was just like, hey, we want to develop this game, will you publish it? Would Bethesda really say no?
Hey, here's my response.
Would anyone say no to that game?
Maybe they just want to remain independent.
I guess that is true. If that's their main idea, like they just want to be completely independent and fan funded, then that's respectable.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, if you can get free money from your fans, I say just get the free money and run.
You got that right.
It's almost Machiavellian, isn't it?
Toot toot! Fable Legends is coming to PC. Can't wait to check that out. Here's some good news for you. It will not be available on Steam. So, will Fable Legends be noticed by anyone when it's released on PC?
No.
No.
Would you have to install Origin? I hate that.
Oh, maybe I'll just see some version of Microsoft Windows for bullshit, whatever.
Yeah, Windows for bullshit,
Yeah.
which I hate. God.
That was the worst. And I don't even like to...
Games for Windows Live.
I like Origin. I don't even mind Uplay. I don't even mind... Steam's obviously good, and I don't even like games for Windows. That says something.
I could do without another of those Fable games. Let's just stop making those already.
Okay. Why is that, Justin?
Because they're not very good. They always promise a lot.
Whoa.
I know you're a big...
Oh,
Whoa,
crap.
yeah.
I'm surrounded by people that don't like Fables.
Well, this is a guy who likes Sucker Punch over here, Colin Tanner.
I thought it was a pretty good movie.
Colin Sucker Punch Tanner.
Fable 2 is one of the best games of last generation.
Fable 3 is a big pile of diarrhea.
I feel like they all are.
Fable 3 it had some mistakes, but I thought it was pretty good.
Fable 3, spam the magic button.
Yeah, look, a colon is definitely the problem there. You're
What are you
colon while you're
That's
playing
a butt
that game.
joke. It's a butt joke.
What are you trying to say?
Pink sock.
Toot toot! The PC version of Assassin's Creed Syndicate has been delayed by exactly 1 month. They have promised that they are working on optimization and just, basic polishing.
Are they putting Michael Fassbender in the games now, too?
No.
Modeling the character
Takes
after him?
place in the same universe, though. From what I understand, that upcoming movie is actually going to reflect the games pretty hard. So, then again, the way these games take place, they're always in different eras, so who cares, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
And the storyline's kind of dog shit anyway, right?
Toot toot! Good Old Games Galaxy will allow you to roll back your updates. That's right. If you get an update, you don't like it, you didn't like that they fixed something, or when they update it, they actually broke something, you will now be able to roll back updates. How cool is that?
Super cool. I think, yeah. Take notes, Sony.
That's earth-shattering.
No, it's a train stop.
We're on the hype train. You're ruining my imaginary world.
Wait, once this thing comes out, though, then it can be earth-shattering.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
Let me
This
delineate.
is the train stop. This is just like the movie Hugo. You ever seen Hugo?
Hugo,
Keeps coming
the
up.
character from Street Fighter.
Toot toot! You can get a free copy of Rocket League and Portal 2 if you pre-order any of that Steam hardware. That includes the controller, the Steam Link, or a Steam machine.
Yeah, Steam Machine.
I have one of those for my carpet.
Oh, good. Fantastic. You said you're going to get a Steam Link, right, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely. And if I'm gainfully employed, I'll probably get the controller as well. So, good news if anybody wants a copy of Portal 2.
Why the fuck are they... whatever. Portal 2 is a good game, though.
It's great, but we all have it.
Not as good as Quantum Conundrum.
Ooh, hot take.
You better believe it. I played Quantum Conundrum beforehand, and when I went back to Portal, it was like playing a baby's game.
Wow, I played that game a lot. What are you trying to say?
Toot toot! Valve's Vive VR headset is going to be out in 2015. Great
Wait.
news, everybody.
Valve VR project?
What is it called?
The Valve Vive VR headset.
So what's it do?
It's a VR headset
What doesn't it do?
Why do you need it?
because you want to
You
be
don't.
in the game. Steve, you need it. It's the latest thing.
Wasn't
They
there?
wouldn't tell us it's the latest thing if it wasn't the latest thing, Steve.
I remember virtual reality from the 80s.
Okay, great. It will be. But here's the important thing. When it launches, it's going to be a very, very, very limited release. That's according to HTC. You're probably going to see a lot more units shipping out in the first quarter of 2016, though.
HTC? So that goes well with THC, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Oh, God, smoking weed and playing virtual reality is going to be
That's
the
a
most...
good way to throw up.
I'm going to go... I don't know.
Cheeto Simulator 2016.
I'm
Sign
going to
me
be
up.
trolling you guys when
I'm
you're
here for
playing the
VR.
roller coaster simulators.
There you go. Toot toot. We have our free games of the month through PlayStation Plus. No surprise, Grow Home. Not Gone Home. Wish it was Gone Home. Grow Home won the vote for the PlayStation Plus games of the month, meaning that we have Grow Home, Super Time Force Ultra. Ooh, I'm so excited.
That game is awesome.
Yeah, you get. When did you play
You
that?
showed me a video, and I was like, this looks awesome.
Oh, okay. So you have,
Yeah.
okay, great.
I want to play it.
Tesla Grad, which is a fantastic indie platformer. Zeo Drifter,
Zeo Drifter.
Twisted Metal on the PlayStation 3, and La Mula EX on Vita. I never played
Wait,
Zeo.
La Mulana?
Yeah, what is that? What
It's,
is?
I don't know. It's kind of Spelunky adjacent, I guess. Like,
Was it made by AAA?
No, it's like a little
indie station.
It's like it's an indie game, but it's kind of like Cave Story, where it's like an old guard indie game, where it's just like the series has been around for a little bit, and I don't know, it's just like a dungeony, explory thing. It's a cross between like Splunky and 1001 Spikes.
If I don't see a publisher and a developer and a bloated PR team, I'm not playing your game.
Fair enough.
I need at least 5 different people with black rimmed glasses to be excited about their upcoming title.
Can I get a beta at least before I go into it?
No. Toot toot! Okay, we finally have confirmation. Last week I expressed a little doubt that there was going to be a Tokyo Game Show press conference from Sony, but there actually is going to be one. It'll be on September 15th, 3 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Central.
Ooh. Can we listen to Matchbox 20 while we watch the press conference together?
I'm probably actually going to be up so that I can watch that.
What time does it start?
It's 3 a.m. Colin will be lonely.
Now, let me tell you guys, I highly recommend everybody watch this. Every last one of you, because last year was amazing. See, it was all in Japanese, right? So they hired these Japanese English speakers to translate things.
I wish you could see how excited Colin is right now.
Oh my god, they would translate the people talking on stage, but then they would also translate the trailers. So when people would be like, oh, all these different characters talking, and be like, I will find you, I will get you, this war has only just begun. And it's like,
Jesus,
this poor woman who's clearly like 60-something trying to talk, like expressing this whole trailer. It was amazing.
I'm going to bring a 12-pack of Diet Pepsi over. We can watch that sip all night.
Okay. Sounds like a good time. Oh, by the way, Microsoft will not be at the show, and no one knows why. We'll figure that out.
They've literally sold like 1,000 Xboxes this year.
All right. Well, we'll find out who has what Xbox this year later at the end of the chart park. Hey, look, we've got those beta tests for Street Fighter V. These actually seem like beta tests. They have already started back on August 28th, and they will be continuing until September 2nd. So that'll be this Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Hopefully it'll go better than last time, because nobody could connect to the goddamn beta last time, which is fantastic. However, Street Fighter V has added a brand new character, R. Mika, aka Rainbow Mika, who is in Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter Alpha 3, one of my favorite characters and one of Justin's.
Least favorite. I like Hugo better. I just don't like all the dang wrestling characters. Stop putting wrestling characters out. They all have like the spin.
Quit putting your god-dang wrestling characters.
I'll play as Zangief if I want to.
Dang it, Capcom.
Dang it, Bobby.
T-Hawk would have been nice, right?
Nah, screw
Get him in Smash Brothers.
T-Hawk is a Native American.
T-Hawk's garbage except for his sweep kick. Toot toot! Yakuza 5 is coming to the West, thank God. But not only that, it will actually include all the Japanese DLC right on the disc itself, all for free when you buy the game.
Oh.
I still have to play through all part 2, 3, 4.
That's some on-disc DLC that I can get behind.
Yeah, no, there you go. Toot toot! This War of Mine is a game all about having fun and letting loose. And now it's coming to consoles with This War of Mine, The Little Ones.
No. Why didn't they call it This Other War of Mine?
Yeah, I know.
Quick question, guys. What's your favorite game to really just cut loose with?
Probably This War of Mine. Like, if I just need to relax and just play some online multiplayer and just, like, hang out with the bros, I just play This War of Mine.
I was going to say Leader Suit Larry for me.
Oh, okay. Here's the quote that they have from 11-Bit Studios, which, by the way, terrible name for a studio. Like, just gotta say that. 11-Bit Studios. Why don't you just call it Press Start AB Up Down Studios? Like, just bullshit.
Or how about 64-Bit Studios?
How about Video Game Studios?
How about videogamesardumb.com Studios?
I like the sound of that.
.gov.
How about WWE Superstar Studios?
How about Game Informer Studios?
How about Simpsons Cartoon Maker Studios?
Oh, man, that's a winner.
Yeah, there's a fallback for you. Here's what 11-Bit had to say. The Little Ones focuses not only on the reality of enduring war, but also the fact that even in times of conflict, kids are still kids. They laugh, cry, play with toys, and see the world differently. In addition to thinking about survival, you have to bring back the kid in yourself to understand how to protect the little ones. Their faith and their future are in your hands.
I don't know if
it's
I
like
want
Bosnian Child Simulator?
Yeah, I guess.
Why would you want kids taking care of other kids?
Here's the thing. Kids have to die in this game.
Mm-hmm.
If the kids don't die in this game, I don't care. Like, I'm not trying to sound morose.
But what about when you get really attached to the kids? You don't want them to die.
Well, yeah, that's why some of them should die, so that you feel super bad.
Takeaway from this episode, listeners, is Colin Tanner wants children to die.
Only in real wars and video games that reflect wars.
What about in fake video games that take place in the real life?
The real war, road rules.
Child Killer Edition.
Toot, toot, okay. Toot. All right, we really got to pull the horn on that one. Rock Band 4 is coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and I cannot wait. However, you can use your old instruments on these systems. But there's a catch. On the PlayStation 4, it's Bluetooth. Bluetooth is Bluetooth, baby. It's all good. You just got to attach it right to that system. For the Xbox One, though, they use different radio frequencies than they did prior. So to fix this, they have included a adapter. But this means that if you're only buying the disc, you're not buying the controller bundle, $60 on PlayStation 4, $80 on Xbox One, even though they're selling the adapter at cost, as they have stressed over and over and over again. They've said we are making zero cost on the Xbox peripheral. So.
Well, no matter how good the game is, it comes down to song selection, right?
Yeah.
So I hope they get some good songs.
They got good songs. They got really good songs. They got Little Miss Can't Be Wrong.
Okay, I'm in.
That's it. That's all it takes.
Spin Doctors.
Toot toot. Shovel Knight is officially becoming an amiibo.
Oh my god. Another amiibo that I kind of want but probably won't get because I can't be bothered to get amiibos.
I'm super excited even though I totally hate the way it looks. He's standing there with his shovel on the ground.
I want that pixelated Mario amiibo, by the way.
I want that Yoshi's yarn amiibo.
I know, the cute little plushy Yoshi amiibo.
Here's what I'm just trying to get to, guys. Shovel Knight should have his shovel at the ready. Shovel Knight does not keep his shovel on the ground. He is ready to attack. Unless he's sleeping.
He shovels sometimes, right?
Yeah, he shovels all the time. But this also lends credence to the idea of the long-rumored Shovel Knight in Smash Brothers because those rumors were also tied to Shovel Knight having an amiibo.
Mm-hmm.
So that would make a lot of sense.
Oh, makes perfect sense. And he'd be like a natural fit for that kind of gameplay too, I think.
I don't think so because it wouldn't be fair to the other characters because they get their asses kicked by Shovel Knight. Because none of them can hold a candle to Shovel Knight. Maybe Little Mac. Maybe Little Mac. In fact, I'll give it to Little Mac.
Or maybe what's Rosalina, right? She's pretty good. No? Isn't she one of the better characters in that game?
She's one of those characters where if you're like a professional Smash Brothers player, then she's really good. But if you just pick her up and try and use her, it's a pain in the ass. It's kind of like Jigglypuff in the original Smash Brothers.
Jigglypuff.
That sleep attack was.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I destroyed people with that. Destroyed them. Toot toot. Fatal Frame, coming to the Wii U, free to start. Here's what's interesting. You can play the first 2 chapters of the game and the prologue, but if you want the rest of the game, that's going to be $49.99 digital only on the Wii U. I don't know if there was a physical release in Japan or not. That's what I can't figure out.
Digital only is kind of a bummer. Like I like the idea of like a free to start. Like, hey, check out the first level if you think it's cool. Give us money. Like that's nice. But I want to buy the disc.
That's how I am. Toot toot. Okay. Minecraft is finally coming to the Wii U.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I know, except it's Minecraft story mode from Telltale Games.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, so it's kind of like
because it's not
Walking
like
Dead,
they have a tablet controller that would be like perfect for building Minecraft shit, right?
Nope.
Nope, that's definitely not a thing Nintendo has.
Good job, Nintendo. Way to read the tea leaves on that one. Toot toot. Year Walk is coming to Wii U, which is an amazing game. Very weird, indie, dark, creepy, kind of introspective.
Norwegian South Park art style.
If you like reading short stories, you're probably going to like Year Walk. And they've even talked about how they've adapted a lot of the controls, including using the stylus in place of the mouse. Mm-hmm. It's also having unique motion controls just for the Wii U version. I'm tremendously excited to see what they do. And when is that coming out?
Super cool game though. Yeah, it's got like a pop-up book art style to it. It's really cool. Like everything looks like it was like cut out of cardboard and
like Odin's Sphere.
September 17th, brothers and sisters.
Ooh, get on
that's pretty true. That's pretty close. Oh yeah, my number 9 developer. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. My number 9, Toot Toot. My number 9. Once again,
Drone of the week.
They will be releasing a. They'll be releasing a trial that you can play only for a month, September 15th, to the backers of the game, because, hey, they missed their actual release date.
Can we make them idiots of the month over there?
They are idiots of the close to the year. There's actually worse idiots right now.
It's weird. They're going to give you, like, the first level, the third level, and the fifth level to play on the day where the game should have come out. And then on top of that, because they send me emails, like, every day, and I've just stopped reading them because they're always infuriating.
Hey, Steve, we got this My Number 9 coming out.
Yeah, it's always dumb. It's always just like, by the way, we used all your money to buy popsicles, but here's a sketch that somebody made, a Mighty Number 12, and here you go.
We're all big fans of the game here. We make the game. We're big fans.
Jesus. But yeah, they for some reason, they're giving me a free copy of Mighty Gunvolt because it's coming out on PC on like September 29th.
Great game.
It is great. And I know because they already gave me a copy of it for my 3DS, and they want to give me another one, so I can just keep playing it.
You know, I'm just excited to see who the new robot masters are in Mighty Number 9.
Ooh. Okay. That's it for the hype train. We're going to be back, gentlemen, right after this. Stay tuned. Hey there, Steve. I see you like to shave. It's great.
That's right, Grandpa.
Shaving is an important part of every morning after breakfast. It's great.
That's true, Grandpa. And sometimes I like to moisturize my face with whole milk.
You should. Whole milk is good, especially after you've had some frosting on it. It's great.
Yeah, it is, Grandpa. I wish you would stop repeating things. I know you're getting older and you start to forget stuff, and you call me by my uncle's name sometimes, and it makes me cry when I get home, but what were we talking about again?
I like to shave with Harry's.com.
Oh, I like to shave you too, Grandpa.
It's great! It's only $3 a month, and I get all these razors, and there's no charge for shipping. Oh, I'm an old man, so I need my razors dropped off at my house. It's great!
That's right, and after your oatmeal bath, I'm going to shave every crevice of your body.
Okay, that sounds good. Back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Real quick, I did want to talk about some games of the week. Okay, here we go. Here are the games I've been playing this week, and I'm going to give you like a really brief synopsis of all of them.
I want to hear about them all.
Okay, here's what we got. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. I don't know anything about One Piece.
Animes or something?
It's an anime. It's now been mashed up with, I would say, like Samurai Warriors. It's a game where you just run around, you knock out a bunch of people, and they have random, missions appear in the middle of a stage. It's actually quite good. It looks a lot like the show, runs at 60 frames a second, but it dips pretty significantly. But what I really like about this is while there's always been a slight bit of goofiness in the Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors series, this one really embraces it. It knows how goofy it is. And I don't know, it just kind of brings a smile on my face when I'm running into a crowd and using my big, long, stretchy arms to punch a bunch of people. So if you're a fan of Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors, I think you should check this out. No character swapping like there is in Samurai Warriors, which is kind of a letdown, but you get to play as a bunch of characters from the show, like, Zoro.
I like Zoro.
I played as Zoro.
The skeleton guy? Brooke?
You actually play through it just like the TV show. Like the very first stage, you have to rescue Zoro to recruit him to your team. I really don't know anything about One Piece. But
I watched a lot of that show.
I thought it was a lot of fun, though. This is a really, really fun game if you're into either One Piece or Dynasty Warriors. But if you've already played a bunch of Dynasty Warriors, you might want to step back a little bit. You know, it might not be your thing. I played Madden 16 this week.
Yeah, tell me about sports.
It's actually, I really don't watch football, but it actually is quite a bit of fun. I think what I really respect about it is that it's an offensive year as opposed to defensive year, which means that, it's a little bit more arcadey in my book because it's a little bit more fast-paced. You can obviously, just pass the ball however you like using the whole button system. But I like that there's a lot of modifiers to this. I'm being honest with you. A lot of modifiers to it. So, for instance, if you hold down the button, it's a bullet pass. You tap it, that means that it'll become a lob pass. You can go for a high pass or a low pass using R1 or R2. There's some other pass where you double tap it. It's like a handoff pass. So
is this like an essential Madden year? Like if someone has Madden 15, do they really need to upgrade?
The announcing seems to be a little bit sharper this year. The graphics are actually quite good. I mean, it does that thing that I always love. I played in Lambeau Field with the snow on, and you could actually see the individual foot traffic. You see exactly where the feet were and how in the middle it's kind of the snow has been kicked away. It looks great, plays great. I'm not a big Madden fan, but I think it's another solid year for Madden.
So is John Madden back this year again?
No, he's still dead.
he's been buried.
Dead and buried. No one talks about that anymore.
Can we get an impersonator to do his voice in the announcing for the game next year?
You get that one comedian that.
That horrible comedian.
Yeah. Wisconsin's own.
I don't know. I think that if you're actually really into Madden, you're going to enjoy this. And I do encourage some people that like football to give it a chance, because if you think about Madden, is a rather unique title, even though it's been released every single year for years upon years. There's no other football games. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that EA has sewed up the license with the NFL. But consider this. This is your only football game. You like football? You should give it a chance. It's quite good. Dishonored Definitive Edition. This is a re-release of Dishonored, which was released back in 2013, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's made by some people that were involved in Half-Life and Thief. It's a game where you can actually teleport around while you're sneaking through these places. You can kill people or
summon rats.
Summon rats to eat people alive. You can kill people or not kill them, and it deeply impacts the story and the world. Basically, you've been betrayed by this coup on the government, and you have to go back and take out all the people that betrayed you. And it's as good as it ever was. It's better now that it's on current gen. However, they have this heart that gives you secrets, lets you know where items are. And you also have these voices that whisper to you while you're playing the game. Mm-hmm. This is some of the best context story ever in a game. I love it, where it whispers what occurred here back then. These are so good.
So does it take place in the real world, or is it like a fake hell kind of world?
It's this kind of like steampunk, like Victorian age, running off of whale fuel era, where it's got more.
My favorite fuel.
What the fuck is whale fuel?
They
Blubber man.
No, here's the thing though. All those voices don't come out of the speakers. They come out of the PlayStation 4's controller speaker, and you can't turn it off.
Oh, why?
So you were saying this isn't a good thing?
No, I would say if you want to play Dishonored, get on PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, or Xbox 360, even though I don't like the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 versions because they are ugly. And I'm not a graphics whore, but that is like, they're just not, they don't look very good. That actually almost ruins the game for me. Like, why the fuck would you do that? You can't turn it off. It has to come through the damn speakers. So you ruin all the context of the world building. Way to go.
Yeah, well, and the other problem is, and people don't think about this, like the little tinny speakers that they stick inside of controllers, they go bad after a while. Mm-hmm. And by after a while, I mean literally just a few years. So there's plenty of games on the Wii that try to do the same thing. Like I think No More Heroes did it, and Mad World maybe.
Oh, a ton of the Wii games, tons.
So a lot of my Wii controllers, the speakers are blown out now.
Yeah.
So if I try to go back and play those games, instead of hearing what I'm supposed to hear, it's just like, and that's not pleasant.
Can I go on a quick 10-second tangent about No More Heroes here, quick?
Yeah, go for it.
When you're fighting that last boss and he tells you that story that gets fast forwarded, you can slow it down and listen to it, and it's a really fucking screwed up story.
Oh, don't tell me I never actually beat No More Heroes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know.
You can just look it up online. Somebody slowed it down. It's just
no. I'm gonna play No More Heroes. I'm gonna play it.
Wait, I can check it out on the web. Is that what you're saying? The World Wide Web.
Use the internet. Look up some video game Easter eggs.
On to another re-release. We have Gears of War Ultimate Edition. This is the original Gears of War, now on the Xbox One with some very improved graphics. It is the original Gears of War, and I've seen a lot of people online giving it flack for that, saying like, "Oh my God, it's the original Gears of War. Like all the other ones were better." And yeah, I know. I'm kind of like, wait, let me get this right. I mean, Gears of War 3, I think, had better multiplayer. Gears of War 2 had better multiplayer, and I think that the multiplayer in those games is better than the single player of the original Gears of War.
The Horde mode is amazing, yeah.
Yeah, the Horde mode's fantastic, but the original Gears of War was so simple and just enjoyable. You go into the room, the monsters run in, and you shoot them. You run to another room, the monsters come in, you shoot them. By Gears of War 2 and even Gears of War 3, sometimes you just be on these platforms that are barreling through these environments, and it's like a bad light gun game. So I honestly think original Gears of War is still fun. I like it.
As far as like chest-high wall simulators go, it's probably the top 5 for me.
I prefer Kill That Switch. Hipster.
The cover system is one of my favorites.
Well, yeah, it's in everything.
It's basically the Rainbow Six.
Yeah, but it's easy. It's easy to forget that like when that game came out, like how revolutionary it felt when I was playing that for the first time. And I played through the original Gears of War when it came out in like a day, like one sitting. I just blew through the whole thing and it was great.
10-second tie right here about Gears of War.
Okay.
When you're playing with somebody who's not very good at video games and they don't know how to reload and they just never reload right.
That active reloading is some of the coolest stuff ever in last generation. I'll say this much: the multiplayer options on Gears of War Ultimate Edition include the multiplayer for the original Gears of War, which is awful. It's like no, don't get me wrong, the co-op is great, but the competitive multiplayer is just like, oh, I cannot tell if you're on my team or not because everything's so dark.
I wonder if they fixed the last boss, who was pretty much unkillable. You remember that?
No, you can kill him.
It was pretty hard.
Oh, okay.
Want to kill me?
I don't know. I recommend it for $40 because you're going to get Gears of War 1, 2, 3, 4, and Judgment whenever they include backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, which means that you'll also be able to play Gears of War 3 online. Good enough for me. And besides, you get to use the Xbox One controller, which is Mage. Fantastic. I love it. Also, we have the Mega Man Legacy Collection. A lot of collections this week, which is Mega Man 1 through 6 re-released on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. This game has a lot of issues. I was actually playing a stage where there were the disappearing blocks or whatever, and there was one that was on the ground level, and it was right next to a pit that had a wall in front of it. I was standing underneath it. The block reappeared.
That's Fireman stage.
And I teleported outside and fell into the pit. It's a total fucking glitch, and they didn't fix it. And then in Mega Man 3, you go to the title sequence, and there's all this graphical flickering above one of the Robot Masters. They didn't fix anything. If anything, they actually went back and made sure that all the glitches stayed intact.
That's beautiful.
And that's amazing.
That's beautiful.
They went so out of their way to make it look exactly like it was back in the day. Every single glitch, every single weird trick you can pull off is there. This is, as Frank Cifaldi promised, a total archive of the original Mega Mans, how they should be remembered, and even have these video filters for television and monitor. Well, the television has that kind of ghosting that I never had growing up. I don't know, did you guys have any ghosting on your TV when you played NES games?
Mm-mm. No, just when I was trying to steal those illegal cable channels.
Oh, okay, cool. But the monitor mode does have the kind of like lines, and it looks more like a real TV. It's fantastic. You can actually go through all the art and promotion of the original games and zoom into it and read every last detail of like a contest for Mega Man 1. It's incredible. Like $15. $15. If you say, fuck it, I'm going to play it on an emulator. Fine by me, but it's not as authentic as this, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, it's exciting, especially because we've kind of discussed before how video games don't have like a Criterion collection, basically. And when we do get re-releases, they're always like remastered and fixed and high def, and it's nice to have video games archived just as they were.
Hey, my fellow Redditors. I made some Criterion Collection style posters for some of my favorite video games, including The Legend of Zelda, Shadow of the Colossus, Beyond Good and Evil, Half-Life. And
did Half-Life 2 make the cut?
No, just Half-Life, because I'm trying to make myself seem kind of retro. You expect Half-Life 2, but I didn't do that. It's really, really difficult. What I did is I found one solid color, and then I put like black in there, and it looks like a Colossus, but you can kind of see the color in there.
You sure you didn't just use a filter on Photoshop?
If you could mail me some ramen, that'd be cool. Thank you.
Mail me some ramen.
Wow, Reddit gold. Thanks, guys.
That is very Redditism.
I hate the Criterion Collection video game poster idea. Oh, this is how it should be. This is what they should do.
Here's how Dr. Wily would look in real life.
Lastly, we have the game that I'm going to be reviewing this Tuesday, or the review is going to go up on Tuesday, Until Dawn on the PlayStation 4. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to play Heavy Rain in a teen horror film, you found it.
You sold me.
Heavy Teens.
Yeah, I don't know how much you guys know about this, but it's essentially kind
Teen
of...
Rain.
It's a game where you play as a cast of characters. They go up to this log cabin in the snow. Everybody's having a good time. They play a prank that goes too far, and it results in 2 girls going missing. And because of that, well, it kind of ruined the party atmosphere. And guess what? 1 year later, hey, bros, let's go back to that cabin. I mean... Yes,
I know what you did last summer, right?
Yeah, we gotta get back up there, and we gotta have a good time, and we gotta fix what happened last year by just enjoying ourselves. Well, before long, people start dying.
Uh-oh. Are you saying there's a stabbing at this cabin?
There's a lot of stabbing at the cabin. And, it's so crazy because you play as these different characters, and you just basically walk around and pick up items and look at it, and it gives you a lot of context to the world, which is kind of... It's good and a bad thing. It's kind of like, well, why couldn't you put that more in the game itself?
Maniac Mansion style?
It reminded me a lot of Maniac Mansion. It really did, because you're playing as so many different characters. They have different relationships. Hey, look, you two used to date each other, but now you broke up, so you two are dating these two. Kind of cool the way they build relationships. There's a bubbling romantic relationship over on the side over there. I'm going to stop saying relationship, guys. But it's really intense because you have to make these decisions kind of like, well, my fingers are in this bear claw, and there's a wolf coming towards me, and I have a machete. Should I try and open up the bear claw, or should I try and chop off my fingers? And it's so gross. You're just seeing, like, the thing sticking on the fingers. There's just blood, and the wolves are just getting closer by the second. It's very intense.
So are there, like, multiple, like, divergent storylines?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So since we're not saying that other R word, would you say that, like, the romantic...
The R word?
Relationship.
Oh, I thought you were saying...
No, not that one, because you said you're not going to say relationship. See, now I'm saying it a million times.
Yes.
We're going to have to call them romantic dyads.
The interconnected personalities?
Yes.
Marital statuses of characters.
Yes. I don't think that the status between the friendship of those characters really comes into play too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does affect some of your options, maybe.
Okay.
But going back and looking at some of the chapters that other people have done, like just looking up what people have already done, because I haven't finished it yet. I'm going to stream some of it tonight. Right away, I'm like, that's quite different. So, yeah, there's a lot to it, and it's pretty big. I'm already like 6 hours in, and I still have a few more chapters to go.
And this is PS4 exclusive?
PS4 exclusive.
Published by Sony? Or
yeah, it's $60. There was literally no promotion for it when it came out, which is way to go, Sony. You are top fucking notch. When I was waiting in line, somebody, I was talking to this guy, and he was waiting for Gears. He's like, well, what are you going to get? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm getting Until Dawn. I'm really pumped for this. And he goes, oh, okay, what is that? I'm like, well, it's Sony doing a great job talking about their games. Like, that's... But seriously, it there's these cool, tense moments where you actually have to keep the controller still. It shows you the light bar on the PS4. It says, don't move, and if you even slightly move, the person might notice you, and then the killer's going to run toward you. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it.
How many characters are there?
A ton.
What's the male-female count?
Probably like 50-50, but so there might be like 11-something characters, and they're all teenagers, and they all are kind of admirable in their own right, but also like, oh, I fucking
douchey
hate
teens.
you. You hate some of these characters, and the facial performance on here is amazing, but most importantly, and I will show you this to you guys. Don't leave today without me showing this to you. There is this guy who's a psychiatrist who is interviewing you in between chapters, and he is amazing. He always seems to like lose focus for a second, and it looks like his mind is about to shatter, just obliterate into a million different pieces, and he'll just be like, aha, I think we have found the root to the problem. Yes.
That's a Freud impersonation?
Yeah, he's really crazy where he's like, let me show you these two pictures. Which one scares you more? And then he'll smile and then just stop smiling like immediately. Like he's so unsettling.
That sounds reminiscent of Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Exactly. That's what I thought. But Shattered Memories, I don't feel had the same level of eeriness over that. I mean, it was more about you. It was more about making you afraid of yourself. Whereas this, it's kind of like afraid of yourself. And this guy is just so unsettling. It's so good. He is my favorite character of the year so far. Maybe I'll be disproven, but like I want a whole game with him. Just me and him in a car, Grand Theft Auto style.
Dr. Creep.
While we're doing drive-bys, he goes, and you think these drive-bys help you in some way? You know? Oh, my God. So many good games. Guys, play some games next week. Cause I feel
awkward. Guys, I'm still trying to beat Spelunky, and it's a lot of fun. Anybody want to play with me online, look up my Steam handle. I'll tell you what that is next week.
Help Justin with his eggplant run.
I need my eggplant run, fellas.
Okay, guys, what do you say we actually get back?
Why do we keep saying guys? There's got to be girls who listen to this, right?
All right, ladies. What do you say we get back to the what we're supposed to be doing here? We're just talking about some goddamn video games. Never mind. I'm sorry, guys. I need some fresh air. We need to
just
get
crack
out
a window open over here for you.
I got to get outside. I want to go where there's a lot of oxygen.
We're on the 12th floor, man, and you got to remember that.
And money. That's right. It's time for the Chart Park, the land where money grows on trees. Yes, the Chart Park. This is the part of the show we find out which fat cats of Wall Street will tip their top hats towards Lady Luck as we take a look at all the legal, financial, and business news in the video game industry, kicking it up with Miyamoto, the creator of Legend of Zelda and Mario. He has this to say about the future of licensing their characters. We have had, over the years, a number of people who have come to us and said, why don't we make a movie together? Or we make a movie and you make a game and we'll release them at the same time. As we look more broadly at what is Nintendo's role as an entertainment company, we're starting to think more and more about how movies can fit in with that. And we'll potentially be looking at things like movies in the future. Miyamoto said that. Miyamoto said that. That's a huge deal.
Well, Bob Hoskins just died. They can't really do a new Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true, yeah. Makes sense, though. I mean, we're starting to see Nintendo sort of loosen their grip, especially with things that appeal to the West on their intellectual property. So with that Universal deal where they're probably going to, have some sort of like theme park thing going on. So yeah, movies make sense.
Movies do make sense, except for the movies that don't make sense, like Fight Club. Or
Inception.
Oh, don't even get me started. Was it all a dream?
Or Memento.
Oh my God. Just put the movie forward. Not that interesting.
Mulholland Drive.
Oh my God. That director, huh?
Mulholland Drive is easy. You just got to remember that the two women are actually the same person.
What?
That's
Spoiler alert on the video.
Here's our spoiler alert section for
Mulholland Drive.
Honestly, guys, I would be really excited to see like how they can bring Mario Tennis to the big screen or WarioWare.
Stunt Race FX.
Yeah.
Here's a joke.
Wow.
This isn't a joke. I'm going to be serious here, guys.
Okay.
I think Nintendo might just be too Japanese to make successful movies.
It's true. There really hasn't been a crossover of Japanese live-action movies being popular in America outside of Akira Kurosawa.
Or Godzilla.
Well, yeah.
Kind of, but those became really American pretty quick, right?
Well, oh, yeah. So Justin is against the idea, which is a real shame because they said they want to make their first movie Earthbound. No, I'm kidding.
I don't want to see the Earthbound movie.
No,
That would be terrible.
Well, I don't think, like, I doubt it would be a Japanese production. It's not like they get, like, Takashi Miike or something to do with the Nintendo movie.
That would be awesome.
Well, he did the Phoenix Wright movie, and apparently that's really good, although I haven't seen it.
Objection. Not very good. No, I haven't seen it.
They probably outsourced to an American company, but my advice to them would be do other stuff with your intellectual properties. Don't make video game movies. Not a good idea.
Maybe they can duplicate the success of Prince of Persia movie.
That is a horrible movie. There is ostrich racing in it, though, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima, the man, the myth, the legend behind the Metal Gear series. A lot of people are saying, happy birthday, Hideo Kojima. And he tweeted this back in response. Thanks, everyone. I turned 52 and will keep creating in the rest of my life.
Wow.
He doesn't know how to speak English great,
140 characters.
Well, all I'm trying to say is, hey, Hideo Kojima probably has something lined up or will do something.
A Kickstarter campaign, launch forthcoming.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Maybe he'll get together with Guillermo del Toro.
You're gonna see his new games.
Why would he want to get back involved with me?
Highland Sills and Schmeddel Schmear Schmalid.
I think maybe they do a TV show together this time.
We would like to make a TV show
starring me.
It's going to be about where I get my food from.
Do you know where your food comes from?
It's going to show me pick up the phone and call. And in a lot of ways, it's just for me to find out what the hell is taking so long.
Are you Del Toro or Kojima here?
He's Marlon Brando, I think.
I wish I could have worked with the great like Brando. Me and him would have a lot to talk about food. I would like to make Hellboy 3, but they won't give me the funding.
Ron Perlman should kickstart it.
And that's all we know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Clint Hawking has joined Ubisoft again. That's right, after leaving Amazon. He worked on the best Splinter Cell game, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory.
I thought you were going to say he worked on the best Amazon game. I'm like, oh, do tell. What would that be?
Leaving Amazon. That's the real game. He also worked on Far Cry 2. He said that as the 5-year mark approached and I realized I had not shipped a game in 7 years, I started to become anxious and depressed. As a result, I decided at the beginning of the summer to return to Canada. Well, yeah.
You got that 5-year itch, huh?
Yeah. Well, you don't want to return to Canada in the winter, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You think Amazon's just a really bad place to work in general?
Yeah, based on the article that was published, about their horrific work conditions, I can't imagine working there would be good at all.
Okay. But maybe. I don't know. Maybe they just have no idea what they're doing. Okay, let's go over to Castlevania. David Cox, he worked on Lord of Shadow 1, 2, and 3DS. He produced them. He's officially left and is now joining the mobile development. He says the lines that have divided gaming are really blurred now, and players aren't tied to just one device anymore. Also, the assumption that core gamers just want core game experiences is wrong. He also mentions that Hitman Go and Fallout Shelter are good examples of this. By the way, I uninstalled Fallout Shelter.
No, yeah, I played it for like an hour, and then I was over it. So,
Yeah.
Also, I tried playing Pac-Man 256 or whatever. And I like it conceptually, but it's impossible to play on my phone. Like, I need it to come out for tablet because I have an Amazon tablet. Sorry.
It's that's coming up in the next story, but soon. Oh crap, this shouldn't be here. But we're gonna go with it. Rovio, the mobile developer. Why is that there? Why is that in the chart park? That should be in Pocket Talk. They have announced that they will be releasing 260 employees.
Wah, wah, wah. That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Dreamcast sales have spiked. That's right, the Dreamcast in 2015?
Wait, is that
Get
spike
out.
going upward or downward?
Is it?
It's going upward.
is this data from like eBay sales, or like how are they tracking this?
Wait, talk in the blue light.
I'm trying.
I know. I'll move it.
Guys, I just got it. Transylvania.
It's very hard to actually measure these sales. It very is. But they've just said that a number of different independent stores, as well as eBay sales, as well as
they're just reporting that they're going up.
Yeah.
They're just seeing a lot of people walking around with Dreamcasts.
I'm gonna just pull my own. You're good.
Am I good?
No, because when I crank it up later, that means that you'll be really loud in this part and everything. But you're good now.
Okay, I'm good now.
You are good.
I've been trying. I've been like moving my head around.
No, you're just clean. You're just cleaner now. You're cleaner. You're a clean boy.
Because I wash myself.
He's always
with a
been kind of
sponge.
clean.
That's why we call you Clean Steve.
Clean Steve. He's
Cleveland
He
Stever.
sponges all the parts.
I still call him the Chandler
Cleveland
Bing.
Stever.
You don't know what that involves.
Yeah,
it involves an Urkel costume.
Can I use my steam machine to clean
and
that
a French
up?
horn.
Oh no.
Rocket League has hit 1 million in sales. The Witcher 3 has hit 6 million in sales. Final Fantasy 15 has 5 million registered users. I just want to get all this done out of the way.
That's good.
Why don't we go to England? I'm the Queen. It's England.
Would you like a pint?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty. I sound like Bray Wyatt there. Here we are with the top 10 best-selling games in the UK. Number 10 is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Number 9 is The Elder Scrolls Online. Number 8 is Dying Light. Number 7 is Minecraft. Number 6 is FIFA 15. Number 5 is Minecraft Xbox Edition. Number 4 is Battlefield Hardline. What, really? Number 3 is Batman Arkham Knight. Number 2 is Grand Theft Auto 5. And number 1 is, goddammit, Lego Jurassic World.
Goddammit, Lego Jurassic World. That's the full title.
Here's something worth noting. Where's Rare Replay? It's not in the top 10 anymore.
No?
No, not anymore.
Wow, drop down.
It's a rare game.
Okay.
No, it's probably pretty widely available, Justin. Kind of like your bad puns. It's just everywhere.
Whoa! Okay, let's
burn.
Go over to the cursed land of trains right now to find the top 10 best-selling games over in the UK.
Chugga.
Number 10 is Fire Emblem Fates. Number 9 is Animal Crossing New Leaf. What, really? Number 8 is Mario Kart 8. Number 7 is Minecraft PlayStation Vita Edition. Number 6 is René de Flores, which is from Ideas Factory. It's on the Vita.
It's like a Life Aquatic game?
And it's another Vita Ideas Factory game, which means I'll probably be playing it in about 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 is Rhythm Heaven The Best Plus. Number 4 is Splatoon. Number 3 is Yokai Watch, Busters, Red Cat Team, White Dog Squad.
Good
morning,
shout out to the White
Vietnam.
Dog Squad. Where my White Dogs at?
Yo, White Dog Squad represent.
Yo.
White Dogs,
When that comes out in the US,
stay up.
we are pledging our allegiance to the White Dog Squad, yes.
Well, no, because we need someone else to be on the Red Cat Team. Therefore,
Well, who don't we like that we can just make by the Red Cat Team?
I don't know, Steve. It's just me and you.
Wait.
Oh, Justin's here.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's up?
buddy.
You guys want to play this game with me? It's called.
Yeah,
What is it called again, Colin?
It's called Yokai Watch something.
Yeah,
something.
I got
Red
the
Cat
game.
Team. It's called Red Cat Team.
Cats?
And you like cats?
Yeah,
You know what? What's the that team's? They're all red. They look like cats.
Don't you have a kitten right now, Fidel Castro?
Yeah, I named it after you actually.
That's clever. It's named
called
after
Colin
a leader.
Tanner Cat.
That is the worst name I've ever heard. But yeah, buy the Red Cat version.
Number 2 is Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. And number 1 is Super Robot Wars BX.
The hell's that on?
3DS.
Oh, hey.
Wait, Robot Wars? Sorry, I don't want to play this cat game with you guys anymore.
But what are the best-selling consoles over in Japan? Let's go through them very, very quickly. New 3DS LL with 19,960. PlayStation 4 with 14,495. PlayStation Vita with 11,605. Wii U with 11,302. New 3DS with 5,967. PlayStation 3 with 2,549. 3DS with 1,557. 3DS LL with 795. PlayStation Vita TV with 554. And in last place,
Woo, drum roll, please.
Xbox One,
Squeaky tire gets the grease, right?
160.
Oosh. That's rough.
That's a new low.
I have a question. So all the games on the Japanese chart, they're all like Vita, 3DS, Wii U.
Yes.
Right? So people in Japan are buying PlayStation 4s, but they're just not buying any games for their PlayStation 4s?
Well, it's honestly the list of Japanese games. It's more of a 20 game list. It's a little bit more competitive than that,
okay.
but I only do the top 10. But PlayStation does relatively well, you know.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
you look at it, PlayStation 4, second best selling system, followed by the Vita.
Right after
Wii U,
Michael
3DS.
Jackson, right?
All right, guys, let's get out of here. That's going to do it for Chart Park.
See you later, Chart Park.
The land where many grows on trees.
Blimey.
Blimey. Just waiting for that Billy Jack remake.
It is time for some big talk in a small world. Let's get tiny. It's time for Pocket Talk.
Hey, this is where I come in.
Pac-Man 256 has reached 5 million downloads despite Steve not approving.
It's hard to control. Maybe I just have little sausage fingers, but I mean,
I don't know if those... Wait, little sausage fingers?
Little sausage fingers, like little smokies. I got little smokies.
Cocktail
That'd be
wieners.
easier to control then, right?
Maybe a little stumpy. I don't know. I was having a hell of a time because you have to be pretty precise in this game, and it was just difficult.
Maybe Steve's got motor skill problems.
I do.
Did you drink a lot and then take a bunch of painkillers?
Did Goldberg kick you in the head?
That's true.
Galaxy will probably be heading... Well, it is heading to mobile devices, but it'll probably be heading in 2016 under Galaxy variant mobile. I don't know, guys. I played Galaxy on the PlayStation 4. I didn't really dig it, but other people fucking love that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm missing here. I don't know.
Chicks dig it.
Good taste.
Oh, high five that one.
Less filling.
Boom.
Konami is going to close 31 mobile games in Japan next month, though the English versions will remain intact. Kind of interesting because Konami is all about the mobile lately, so closing on 31 games. Who knows why? But that's gonna do it for real. That's gonna do it for Pocket Talk.
Mushroom noise?
I think it sounds better every week.
I was gonna try one.
There's the rare Midwestern warbler.
The rare Midwestern warbler.
I like to do the noise of the blooper. Diku diku.
That's not right.
That's a terrible bird call.
That's not right.
Give us your crane call. It's beautiful.
This is the weirdest episode we've ever done.
What the fuck was that?
It was stupid. It was idiotic. But it's not as dumb as the idiot of the week. Give me some food. This week, the idiot is... Get this. This is too good. The idiot of the week is Jung Zung. He is the former
rapper
director of global infrastructure for Machine Zone. Machine Zone? I never heard of them. Well, they put out a little game called Game of War.
Remember Kate Upton and those advertisements?
Oh, dude, bro. Them told I wish I could download my game, huh?
You probably can if you want to.
I hate that advertisement is basically just, oh, she's so sexy, I'm going to download your nerdy-ass mobile game. Because it's not so nerdy now because it's got this hot babe.
I think the Game of War audience is the same people who see a GoDaddy.com ad and then go to the website to see if they can see Danica Kilpatrick naked.
Danica Kilpatrick.
Or Danica Patrick. I just made her way more Irish than she actually is.
I feel bad. It's just ridiculous. She got a big check though, so I'm sure she doesn't care. She's like, whatever, deuces.
She's only an okay race car driver.
But anyway, Machine Zone, right? They had to deal with some problems with Mr. Zung, who was very unhappy with his job, very vocal on how unhappy he was with his job, didn't want to be a part of the team anymore, wanted to move on to a different team. They denied him that ability. So he decided that he was going to board a plane to Beijing, where he was stopped by authorities, by the FBI.
Oh, I was just going to ask, when are the TSA going to start searching my computer for user data?
Here's where it gets good. Because he stole all the user data from Games of War. He was going to Beijing with it. Who's breathing in the mic?
Wasn't me. I'm far away from the mic now.
So he's going to steal all of this data and take it over to China. Which is pretty amazing.
The Chinese pay top dollar for that.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Why? Why? Did you study Chinese?
Yeah, I did.
Jesus Christ.
So they want American data. It's true.
How do you say racist caricature in Chinese?
That was just Mickey Rooney from Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Oh, okay. That's not racist. There we go.
No.
And by the way, he was Japanese in that movie. Yeah. Very, very good. So he was actually trying to steal this data to then contact his former employer. That was the plan. And be like, hey, I would really like a real nice severance check there. Real big one. Instead, he's gonna go to jail. So, for attempting to blackmail your old company with user data that you stole and escaped to China, Jim Zung, you are the idiot. I'm just gonna download this of the week, and I'm gonna get on this. Whoa, what's this all about?
You think they would have busted him if he hadn't tried to leave the country?
I don't know. I mean, we've all been there, right? Like, I've stolen millions of
Straws.
like ideas.
Real quick, we should point out that, yes, there were 2 men that had a bunch of AR-15 ammunition and 12-gauge shotgun that were going to apparently kill everybody at the Pokemon World Tournament. But that's too dark for the idiot of the week.
Yeah.
But you know what, guys? It's crazy that they busted both of these. Like, was the FBI now just taking down, like, these gaming sort of...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Taking down these gaming sort of...
If you're the kind of asshole who, like, goes to do a mass killing at a Pokemon tournament, they probably, like, posted pictures of themselves in, like, trench coats and sunglasses on 4chan or something, and the cops were like, fuck you.
It's definitely a 4chan user.
Well, they were actually invited to the tournament, which is even more alarming.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
They probably weren't very good at Pokemon games.
That's why they did it. Because your Articuno totally wiped me out. Well, I'm going to get you.
This is a little dark even for us. Huh?
Oh, but what a bunch of fucking dweebs. Like, really, you're a fucking loser.
You want to trade me your Charizard?
I'm going to go shoot at the Pokemon tournament because I'm so cool. Losers.
They're the fucking, like, Pidgeys of humans.
Yeah. Pidgeot! All right, guys, let's take a look back with Strong History.
The strongest.
Strong History. We are going to take a look at what happened, what anniversaries are upcoming in this week.
Who do I need to buy a gift for?
11 years ago this week, The Guy Game came out on PS2, fellas. Oh yeah. And it actually had an underage girl
Sorry, ladies.
It actually had an underage girl take off her clothes. And then they had to pull it off store
on
shelves.
A video game?
Yes. Yeah, because the way it worked, it was a bad trivia game. Did you play this?
Yeah, I played this.
Did we play it together?
I remember its existence.
Oh, it's very crass. Very crass.
Very easy questions.
So it's basically just like Girls Gone Wild FMV clips interspersed with like Jeopardy questions?
Pretty much.
No, basically, they went to spring break and interviewed a bunch of girls on camera and said, like, hey, who was the very first president of the United States? And when they put the microphone over to her mouth, then they jump over back to the game and have everybody else answer. And if they get it right, you have to guess whether or not she's going to get the question right.
Mm-hmm.
And if she gets it wrong, she has to take off her top.
Oh.
Yeah, it's full-blown nudity.
It's an easy question, though, right?
And
George Washington.
And one of the girls was 17.
Oh.
Well, it was gross when they were 18, but, you know.
That's not good. Bad video games.
If I was that girl, I'd just be worried my dad was going to play the game.
What about the girl game?
My dad's a guy. Oh, no.
Oh, he brought the guy game home.
Does this beefcake know who... The guy game would be better if it was actually dudes. Yeah, so it's like, does this beefcake know who the first president was? He's like, Abraham Lincoln. It's just like, oh, no, you got to windmill your dick.
And you're purposely trying to get it wrong so you don't see the guy's dick.
11 years ago this week, Acclaim Entertainment officially filed for bankruptcy and shut down.
Is that Ultra? You're talking about Ultra?
No, Acclaim.
Acclaim.
Thank God. 13 years ago, Ikaruga was released on the Dreamcast.
Personal fave.
Cowabunga.
And here's 2 games I had to bring up. Ants Extreme Racing on the original Xbox. Yes, Ants. They decided to release a game based off of Ants in 2002.
Like the Woody Allen, not a Bug's Life movie?
Yeah. They decided...
I'm going really fast.
I'm an ant. Sometimes I got to drive.
It was literally like 5 years after Ants bombed in theaters, and they released essentially a kart racer.
Yeah.
I forgot lots of power-ups to use.
And a game I never heard had a sequel until yesterday, Largo Winch, Enemy Under Threat on the PlayStation 2.
We are going to play this.
We are going to play that. Largo Winch is a game that I picked up for maybe like $5 at GameStop, and it is one of the worst PS1 games ever.
You get 1 bullet, and it advises you not to use it in the instruction booklet.
That's exciting. I think... Did that have any releases on other systems? I have something like a dumb space game that's a guy's dumb name for like Sega CD.
Oh, no, this is like a spy thing.
Oh.
Are you thinking of Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter?
Maybe.
That's
I don't
a really
know.
good game.
I have a lot of really shitty FMV games for Sega CD if you guys ever want to have an FMV party.
15 years ago, Turok 3 was released on the 64. I thought that was kind of related to the stories we were talking about. Mm-hmm. That Spider-Man game from Activision was released on the PlayStation 1. I love it.
That was the Tony Hawk game, right?
Spiderman?
Spiderman. And Resident Evil Survivor was released on there. I played that. The
Colin Tanner classic.
The first-person shooter.
Nothing like playing a first-person shooter on the PlayStation 1.
It was made for light guns. and it had a light gun, and they released it in America and removed the light gun.
So you're just like D-padding it around. That's so gross. 16
years ago, this is going to bring a tear to your guys' eye. Dino Crisis was released on the PlayStation. Suikoden 2 was released on the PlayStation 2.
Oh, wow.
And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the original, was released. Think about that, though. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was released in 1999.
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel too late?
That's the year that I got my Dreamcast.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I know.
I'm waiting for like one of these days you're going to be like, and 16 years ago, my dad died.
No, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was released 8 days before the Dreamcast. So, 10 days. What am I talking about?
Good to know.
17 years ago in Japan, Metal Gear Solid was released. Aww. Wouldn't come out until October here. Tenchu Stealth Assassins was released.
Hey.
Really good game.
Hey, Metal Gear Solid's almost legal.
And Mega Man Legends. It'll be on the Guy game. Mega Man Legends was released on the PlayStation 1. 19 years ago, Crash Bandicoot released on the PS1. One of my all-time favorites. I love Crash Bandicoot. I think it holds up better than a lot of other 3D platformers. And Daggerfall, Elder Scrolls, was released.
That's a big game.
That's a very big game. Too big, I would say. Well,
too big to fail.
Well off too big. Well too big. 20 years ago, the original Command & Conquer was released. 26 years ago, in Brazil, the Sega Master System was released. I thought that was worth noting because the Sega Master System would actually still has people playing it.
Yeah, Sega Master System is like the shit in South America.
And
soccer and the Master System.
28 years ago this week, Street Fighter, the arcade version, was released in Japan. Happy 28 years, Street Fighter.
You're older than me, Street Fighter.
Thank you for giving me Armika. She's a cool character.
That's right.
Okay, well, wow, guys, it's only an hour 40.
Wow, we are efficient.
No.
Let's do some improv here, guys.
Okay.
I'll be a video game player.
All right, so your word is candelabra.
We are
and your setting is a box factory.
Box factory. Okay, guys, wow, we got the new product in here. Let's get a load of what it is. Oh, wow, I didn't order this. It's a candelabra.
Beautiful.
No,
this guy.
We have other
Have you considered like going to the Second City in Chicago? Because that's just right for you. That's
well, this is radio comedy we're doing here. I don't know. I might want to look for a radio.
Radio is a stretch,
show.
as is comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, stretch comedy.
Stretch comedy. Okay, guys, I think.
Don't leave that in.
No, it's staying in. Real quick, I do want to say that I'm absolutely terrified. Terrified.
I'm
terrified. Heavens to Murgatroyd.
I think I'll just talk to the Cockney accent for the rest of the episode, right? Oh.
Everyone wants to speak with the Cockney accent.
No Cockney accents, Barney Rubble. All right. Whatever. Phantom Pain coming out this Tuesday. Doing a first hour on that. Mad Max. Can't wait for that.
I want that to be good, but I'm so afraid that it's not going to be.
You know it's not going to be.
It's just I
want it to be.
It's going to be a shitty Borderlands.
And the words of the Magic School Bus, Arthur's theme song, listen to your heart.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen to the rhythm of the street. Lots of stuff coming out, but let's just close out the show. This is stupid. This is padding. This is bullshit. I hate this. Let's close out the show! Steve, where can people reach you on the internet?
Hey, you can reach me at optimismvaccine.com. You can go to shepherdexpress.com and go to the Optimism Vaccine column, which posts every single week, usually in the beginning of the week, unless Justin's brother doesn't activate our shit.
He never does.
He never does.
It's a day after.
You know.
Hey, let's say my brother's a little busy, huh, guys?
No, he probably is busy.
No, he's incredibly busy, but we'll get into that off the microphone. Podcast,
yeah, you can listen to the OpVacCast. This week is great. We talk about Cameron Crowe's film career, and Adam Myros, who does the OpVacCast from time to time, is like blackout drunk, leaves halfway through the podcast so he could throw up and pass out. It's awesome.
Can't wait.
It's going to be good. What else? You can go to youtube.com/optimismvaccine. You can go to twitter.com, and you can talk to me. You can add me. I'll be your friend. I might even follow you back if you're cool.
If you're a cute girl, what about that?
Steve, is this why you haven't followed me back? Hashtag follow back.
Yeah. Hashtag follow back. If you got steely buns and a cute close crop haircut, and you're a dude with big pecs, then I'll follow you.
So, speaking of that,
Justin.
Justin.
Oh, I didn't even say my Twitter handle.
Oh, yeah.
At Steve Cuff. That's at Steve, CUF.
No.
Okay, sorry.
All right, just do it again.
All right, that's at Steve Cuff. That's at Steve, CUFF.
That's See you,
friendly face.
I love that. Justin, where can people reach you on the internet?
Well, you can hear me this week on the PRESSURECAST. Good one.
You can Google his name. What's your LinkedIn profile, man?
It's at Justin Engelbart.
Okay.
On LinkedIn, I'm at Justin Engelbart. Twitter, I'm at Justin Engelbart. Facebook, at Justin Engelbart Simpson. And you can also find me on YouTube on Justin and Colin are the game players.
I know you shouldn't build a custom URL until you're absolutely satisfied with what it's going to be, but you probably need to create like a Google Plus account in the meantime, just so people can see
I have one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but not for the video.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yep.
All right, what is it?
It's called the same thing. It's called Justin and Colin are the game players.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, but I think I'm going to change it to...
No, you can't.
Change it to dadshowers.org.
No, that's permanent.
Oh, then I think it actually might just be game players. I'll look it up.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right,
Don't
great.
do your own shit.
Fantastic. Well, you can check out all my videos at youtube.com/Video Games Are Dumb. You can check me out streaming all of Until Dawn tonight, although this will be out tomorrow, so too bad. You missed out. You can actually check out, I'll probably be playing a shit ton of Metal Gear this week. Also doing videos on Mad Max, Nobunaga's Ambition. There's so many damn games coming out this week that I can't really even keep track of it. You can check out my review of Until Dawn, which will be at Shepherd Express either Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, but it will be done by Monday. So we just need to have a bitch session on here about our stories never go up. And that's going to do it, I guess, for this episode of the PRESSURECAST. Until Dawn, pretty great game. Teenagers dying, dead, in the prime of their lives. And yes, teenagers will die every single year. But don't worry, because the PRESSURECAST is forever. PRESSURECAST, weekly video game news podcast, is solely owned and operated by Colin Tanner. Guests of the PRESSURECAST are not employees or freelancers of Colin Tanner, the PRESSURECAST, or VideoGamesAreDumb.com, and are not paid. Music featured on the PRESSURECAST is property of their respective owners, and no infringement is intended. For more information, email pressurecast@gmail.com.